A warm welcome to my channel. My name is Petryk. I am a general practitioner and functional diagnostics doctor at Ultrasound Pro Clinic in Kiev, Ukraine. And today I'd like to tell you about an easy way to increase immunity against cancer and viruses. It will be about natural killer cells, also known as NK cells. NK cells are part of the innate immune system that make up about 5 to 15% of all lymphocytes in the blood. Lymphocytes are part of white blood cells that carry a specific immune function. NK cells provide anti-cancer and antiviral activity independently, without the involvement of other immune system cells. Our immune system can recognize and distinguish between self and non-self. NK cells circulate throughout the human body in the bloodstream and come into contact with everything – vessel walls, cells, tissues and organs. If the cells belong to you, they must show proof. In humans, this proof is called Major Histocompatibility Complex 1, or MHC1. MHC1 unique to each person like a fingerprint. NK cells have special sites on their membranes that can bind to MHC1 molecules. These sites are called NK cell receptors. If NK cell receptors bind to MHC1 molecules belonging to cells, NK cells are inactivated. On the other hand, if NK cells cannot bind to the proper MHC1 molecules, they become activated and release special proteins and enzymes that trigger programmed cell death called apoptosis. Cancer cells and cells infected with viruses don't have the proper MHC1 molecules on their surfaces, and NK cells induce apoptosis. Apoptosis in infected cells leads to cessation of viral replication inside. The same thing happens with cancer cells. They stop dividing and go to their death. For example, the proper functioning of NK cells prevents the spread of herpes simplex viruses. People infected with herpes simplex viruses and having high NK cell activity don't have lesions on their skin and mucous membranes. Conversely, people with poor NK cell function suffer from severe viral diseases and are more likely to develop cancer. As you can see, it's essential to maintain good NK cell function to prevent infections and destroy cancer cells. Therefore, if we could increase the number and activity of NK cells each time we encounter an infection or cancer cells, our disease resistance would also increase. But how to do it? I recently came across an easy way to activate NK cells. It's just a walk in the woods. As you may know, there are many compounds called phytoncides in the forest air. Leaves, especially coniferous trees, produce phytoncides. Phytoncides have beneficial effect on our body. For example, they can lower cortisol levels and blood pressure and calm the nervous system. In 2007, a scientific study was conducted in Japan. It showed that being in the forest significantly increased the number and activity of NK cells. An analogous study was replicated in 2018 in Taiwan. Both showed similar results. In the first study, 12 healthy men aged 37 to 55 were selected from 3 large companies in Tokyo, Japan. The subjects made 3 days 2 nights trip through 3 different forest fields. On the first day, they walked for 2 hours in the afternoon through a forest field. On the second day, they walked for 2 hours in the morning and the afternoon respectively in 2 different forest fields. The blood was sampled as a control on a typical walking day before hiking and on the second and third day of the walking in the forest. Almost all participants, 11 out of 12, showed higher NK cell activity after the trip, an increase of about 50%. In Taiwanese study, researchers hired 90 forestry employees and 110 city employees to study the effect of forest exposure to NK cells. The results showed that the percentage of NK cells was higher in the forestry group than in the urban one. Moreover, it turns out that even 1 day of walking in the forest leads to a significant improvement in the function of NK cells. This benefit lasts an average of 7 days. It's assumed that phytoncides have such an effect. According to some studies, the most significant concentration of phytoncides is found in coniferous forests during the warm season. On this basis, we can conclude that walking in the forest or park once a week for at least 2 hours can significantly improve our immunity. And if you do that every day or live in the middle of the forest, then you are in luck. This is an easy and affordable way to boost immune defense against cancer and viruses. Thanks for watching, stay healthy, and spend time in the forest as often as you can.